And now this lion is going to come out and maul this dude, and he's going to have to pay.
Really got to tell you, Fury broke my heart.
I'm interested. Are they going to go ahead with it? Is it going to happen? If it happens under the UFC banner, I'm with it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. First, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Jake Paul expects in KO victory over Nate Diaz in upcoming boxing match. As the date approaches near, all the anticipation for the Jake Paul and Nate Diaz fight is building. It will be a treat for your eyes. Whereas Jake Paul is overflowing with confidence. He just not only predicted a victory over Diaz on August 5th, but also imagined a knockout. It means he is highly interested in his fight. After experiencing his first boxing loss, Jake Paul is seeking revenge and aiming to make a statement. In actuality, he wants to show the fans that he's still hungry for success in the world of combat sports. Till today, his determination is at its peak, right? This fight holds great significance for Jake as he looks to bounce back and prove himself once again. Fans are eagerly awaiting to see if Jake secures an impressive victory over Nate Diaz or fulfills his claims. Let's see what will happen next.
I have the biggest chip on my shoulder, the biggest chip on both shoulders, coming back with a vengeance, refilled with that hunger that I had in the beginning of the sport to prove to people what I was capable of. The lion lost. I retreated back into the jungle. I took notes of everything. I got better. I trained. And now this lion is going to come out and maul this dude. And he's going to have to pay. He's going to have to pay for all this hard work, all the sacrifice I've made in this camp. And I promise I'm going to be the first person to stop him on August 5th.
Knockout of Nate Diaz.
100%. He's going to sleep.
Now, if Jake Paul manages to knock out Nate Diaz, it would be quite a historic moment. Before that, Nate Diaz has never been knocked out cold in the UFC octagon. Surely he has faced defeats and been finished before, but he's always shown incredible resilience. So, if Jake Paul can land a knockout blow on the UFC legend, it would be an insane accomplishment. Additionally, it would add another layer of significance to this fight and further solidify Jake Paul's credibility as a boxer. Chael Sonnen slams Tyson Fury's Ngannou fight as bullying scumbag move. Recently, there's been some buzz surrounding the upcoming fight between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. And you know, it's always interesting to see fighters from different combat sports face off. Chael Sonnen, the former UFC and Bellator fighter, has some opinions on the matter. According to Sonnen, he believes that Tyson Fury might be taking some liberties with Ngannou. Guys, the actual curiosity is what he means by that in actuality. Regardless, the fight itself is scheduled for October 28th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. That's quite a heavyweight collision. Whereas rumors have been circulating about Ngannou's payout for the fight, but regardless of the details, it seems like the Predator is in for a massive payday. During an interview, Sonnen gave his opinion about the bout between Tyson and Ngannou.
What kind of a scumbag is Fury, though? Man, I mean, I really got to tell you, Fury broke my heart. I've liked this guy, and I like the entertainment. I like so many things about him. I am a monster, schmo. I didn't have to pay for this meal. I don't have to do anything if I don't want to. There's a line of people. I don't have to wait in line if I don't want to. I choose to. I'm a man of the people. I'm behaved. I don't have to be. You take a guy like Fury, who God made huge, gave great coaches, great training partners, great experiences to. He has weapons and tools that other men can't deal with if they're not armed. And he's going to choose to use those to beat up a guy who's at least 37 with no experience and is on one leg. That's a bully and it's a scumbag. I would never do that to somebody.
Well, he's going to make a lot of money. A lot of shmoney for Francis.
No, I'm sure. And Jesse James made a lot of money. And there's hitmen that made a lot of money. I mean, there's things that you can do, but own it. You're a bully and you're a scumbag.
Moreover, Tyson's fans have other plans for him. So many fans were hoping to see Tyson Fury go up against Alexander Usyk next. Usyk is a high-profile fighter that holds the WBA, IBF, and WBO. So a fight between him and Fury would have been a significant clash in the division. However, it looks like that matchup won't be happening for now. But don't you worry, just wait and watch my fight, fans. Trump's Holyfield-Belfort commentary pay exposed. Here, we are bringing another most surprising revelation. You see, Donald Trump has just become the highest-paid single-event broadcast analyst ever. And guys, I had to read that twice to make sure I got it right. According to USA Today, Trump received a jaw-dropping $2.5 million for his commentary during the 2021 fight between Evander Holyfield and former UFC champion Vitor-Belfort. That figure was revealed in a revised personal financial disclosure from Trump himself. It's worth noting that Trump previously described his payment as obscene. And now we see why. When you compare this amount to what some of the highest-paid people in sports broadcasting earn, it's mind-boggling. Considering such obscene numbers, it's clear that Trump is way ahead of the highest-grossing color commentators in the sports broadcasting industry, and man, that's for just one event. During the Holyfield versus Belfort fight, Trump provided color commentary on the four-fight main card. It's worth noting that Trump has attended several live UFC events and is known to be a longtime friend of Dana White. So yeah, his record-breaking payday certainly made headlines and left many people astonished. Guys, if you're enjoying the video, we'd love your support. Just hit that subscribe button to motivate us to bring you more exciting content. McGregor questions Zuckerberg and Musk's fight. Certainly, Conor McGregor is a curious onlooker, just like many of us. And guess what? McGregor is also waiting when it comes to the rumored UFC fight between tech billionaires Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Currently, he is in New York. Most probably, he is enjoying his time there and exploring the city. Besides these activities, he is getting ready for his upcoming TUF 31 coaches fight with Michael Chandler, although the exact date is yet to be announced. While McGregor is on the road, it's unclear what kind of training he's getting. But when he was at the New York Athletic Club, then he highlighted it as a great place for sparring. As he left the club, he was surrounded by fans, bombarding him with questions. Among the many other questions, one of them was about the highly publicized Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg fight. McGregor, like many others, is likely wondering if all the talk surrounding this fight is just hot air and if the two tech tycoons will ever step into the octagon.
I'm interested. Are they going to go ahead with it? It's going to happen. If it happens under the UFC banner, I'm with it. It has to happen under the UFC banner. I'm with it.
Later on, Conor McGregor was asked if he would be willing to train Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg, and his initial response was to decline. However, he didn't completely shut down the idea. McGregor eventually mentioned that he would be open to doing a bit of work with them. It seems like McGregor might be willing to offer some training assistance to the tech billionaires if they were interested.
Conor, would you train any of them? If they reached out, would you train any of these guys?
I'm training for my fight.
How are you feeling right now, dude?
Really good.
Are we going to see you fight this year?
Really good. That's the move. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. Great sparring here tonight.
Absolutely. It's one thing to talk about potential fights and express opinions, but the real question is, will McGregor follow through with his words? Only time will tell. UFC 291 teases 2 title fights. Last but not least, UFC has just dropped a major hint about the title fight for UFC 291. Originally, the event was being advertised as headlined by Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje. They were fighting for the semi-official baddest mother effing belt. But now, there's a twist in the story. Most recently, Jamahal Hill announced that he's surrendering the UFC light heavyweight title due to an Achilles tendon injury. And here's where it gets interesting. Some eagle-eyed fans noticed a UFC advertisement on Facebook that promoted UFC 291 as featuring not 1 but 2 title fights, Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier and Jan Blachowicz versus Alex Pereira. So it appears that the UFC light heavyweight title might be up for grabs at UFC 291. Now, this matchup is a bit unconventional for the 205-pound strap. Alex Pereira has never competed, and Jan Blachowicz is coming off a disappointing split draw in his last fight against Magomed Ankalaev. However, since both Jan Blachowicz and Alex Pereira are already scheduled for UFC 291, why not have them compete for the title? It's an unexpected turn of events, and while we're excited about the possibility of a title fight, we'll have to wait for official confirmation. Now, we can only hope that the UFC advertisement is a proper leak. Despite the situation, the potential for a light heavyweight title fight at UFC 291 adds an extra layer of excitement to an already interesting event. All right, guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.